Hi, good morning to all. കഴിഞ്ഞ ക്ലാസ്സുകളിൽ നമ്മൾ ബോട്ടണിയിലെ ഒരു പാഠം പഠിച്ചു. ഇനി നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് സുവോളജിയിലെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ചാപ്റ്റർ ആണ് തുടങ്ങുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഹ്യൂമൻ റീപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ. അപ്പം മനുഷ്യ ശരീരത്തിലെ പല സിസ്റ്റംസും നിങ്ങൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയറിൽ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഡൈജസ്റ്റീവ് സിസ്റ്റം, റെസ്പിറേറ്ററി സിസ്റ്റം, സർക്കുലേറ്ററി സിസ്റ്റം, ഇങ്ങനെ എല്ലാം പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ റീപ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് സിസ്റ്റം നമ്മൾ ഈ വർഷമാണ് പഠിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് ഹ്യൂമൻസിന്റെ ചില പ്രത്യേകതകൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഓൾറെഡി അറിയാം. അതൊന്ന് എന്തൊക്കെയാണെന്ന് നോക്കാം. ഹ്യൂമൻസിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ദേ ആർ യൂണിസെക്ഷൽ ഓർഗാനിസംസ്. യു ക്യാൻ സീ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് മെയിൽ ആൻഡ് ഫീമെയിൽ ഓർഗാനിസംസ്. സോ വി ഇൻക്ലൂഡഡ് അണ്ടർ യൂണിസെക്ഷൽ ഓർഗാനിസംസ്. Then another thing is humans are viviparous organisms. നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്താണ് വിവിപാരസ് എന്ന്. അതായത് കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെ പ്രസവിച്ച് പാലൂട്ടി വളർത്തുന്ന ജീവികളെയാണ് വിവിപാരസ് ഓർഗാനിസംസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ വിവിപാരസ് ഓർഗാനിസത്തിലാണ് പെടുന്നത്. Then we are heterogametic. That is, the male person produces the male gamete and the female person produces the female gamete. So we are heterogametic. ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടി നിങ്ങൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷം പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് primary sex organs in humans. It is the testes and ovary, and these are also glands which produce certain hormones. Okay. Now let us discuss about the human reproduction. In humans, the reproductive events has 7 sequential steps. The first step is the formation of gametes. That is known as gametogenesis. Before sexual reproduction, the male and female produces the gametes, and the process is known as gametogenesis. Then the second one is the transfer of the male gamete towards the female genital tract, and that is known as insemination. Through the process of insemination, the male gamete sperm reaches the female genital tract, and the third is the union of the male and female gamete, and that is known as fertilization. The male and female gamete fuse together and form a single-celled product, and that is the zygote. So fertilization leads to the formation of a single-celled diploid zygote. Then the fourth one is the zygote undergoes cleavage and forms a 16-celled structure, and it is known as blastocyst. So the fourth step is the formation of blastocyst, and that occurs in the fallopian tube. Detail ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ അങ്ങോട്ട് പഠിക്കും. That is the fourth step, that is the formation of blastocyst. Then the fifth step is the movement of the blastocyst towards the uterus, and it attaches the inner uterine wall called endometrium, and that process is called implantation. So what is implantation? The attachment of the developing embryo or the blastocyst towards the inner uterine wall, and that is the implantation. Then the sixth step is the development of the blastocyst into the embryo, and that period is known as gestation period, and that process is called gestation. And during the gestation period, the development of the embryo from the zygote occurs, and that is the gestation. Finally, the fully matured embryo releases out or delivers out from the female parent, and that process is called parturition. Parturition means the delivery of the fully matured baby towards the outer environment. It is the parturition. So these are the basic events in human reproduction. I'll say once again, the first step is the gametogenesis, that is the formation of gamete. Second is the insemination, that is the transfer of the male gamete towards the female genital tract. And the third is the fusion of these two male and female gametes, then that results the formation of zygote. And the fourth one is the formation of blastocyst. And the fifth, the development of the embryo or the gestation. Then finally, the parturition, that is the delivery of the baby. Now let us see The first step, that is the gametogenesis. Before going to that, let us discuss the male and female reproductive system. The male reproductive system has 4 different parts. The first one is the pair of testes. That is the primary sex organ, pair of testes. And the second is the accessory ducts. And the third part is the accessory glands. Then the fourth one is the external genitalia. So the male reproductive system has a pair of testes, then accessory ducts, then accessory glands and the external genitalia. നമുക്കിതിൽ ഓരോന്നിനെയും കുറിച്ച് വിശദമായി പഠിക്കാം. So the first one is the testis. It is the primary sex organ in the human male, and it is present in the pelvic region in the lower abdomen part. So we can see a pair of testes is there. On either side we can see pair of testes, and usually the testis is located in a sac-like structure. The testis is located in a sac-like structure and it is known as scrotum. The sac-like structure is called scrotum. And what is the function of scrotum? The scrotum helps to lower the temperature. Usually human has 37 degrees Celsius, that is the internal body temperature. But the main function of testis is to produce the sperms, and that process requires a lower temperature, that is about 2 to 2.5 less than the normal body temperature, and that is maintained by the scrotum. So that is the function of the scrotum. It maintains a lower temperature of 2 to 2.5 less than the normal body temperature. Okay. Then about the morphology, each testis is oval in shape and it has a 4 to 5 centimeter length and 2 to 3 centimeter width, and it is lined by a tissue. And when we go into the let us see the anatomy of the testis. Inside each testis we can see about 250 small compartments, and these compartments are called testicular lobules. In each testis we can see 250 small compartments, and these compartments are called testicular lobules. And in each testicular lobule inside we can see 2 to 3 small tube-like structures or tubules, which are called seminiferous tubules. So in each testicular lobule, inside that we can see 2 to 3 highly coiled tubules, which are called seminiferous tubules. Then the seminiferous tubules, inside the seminiferous tubules we can see 2 different types of cells. One is the germ cells, male germ cells or the spermatogonia, and the other is known as Sertoli cells. Male germ cells or the spermatogonia and Sertoli cells. Now let us see what are the functions of these 2 types of cells. The first one is the male germ cells. The main function of male germ cell or spermatogonia is the production of sperms. The sperms are produced by the male germ cells. So that is the main function of male germ cells. Then about the Sertoli cells, these Sertoli cells provide nourishment or nutrition to the male germ cells. Male germ cellsന് sperm produce ചെയ്യാൻ ആവശ്യമായ പോഷണം കൊടുക്കുന്നത് Sertoli cells ആണ്. So that is the function of Sertoli cells, to provide nourishment to the male germ cells. Then the outside of the seminiferous tubules we can see certain spaces which are called interstitial space. And in this interstitial space, we can see some specialized cells which are called interstitial cells or Leydig cells. Interstitial cells or Leydig cells. And those Leydig cells also have a function, that is the Leydig cell produces the male sex hormone, that is the androgen. The male sex hormone androgen is produced by the Leydig cells. Then some immunologically competent cells are also present in this area. So that's about the structure of the testes. Now the second part is the accessory ducts. Reproductive system സഹായിക്കുന്ന കുഴലുകളെയാണ് നമ്മൾ accessory ducts എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. There are 4 accessory ducts. The first one is called retate testis, and the second vasa efferentia, third epididymis, and the fourth vas deferens. So let us see. Inside the testis we can see the seminiferous tubules, and all those seminiferous tubules join together and form a single duct, and that is known as retate testis. So the retate testis connects with the seminiferous tubule. And this retate testis then connects with the vasa efferentia, which is highly coiled tube-like structure, and it is the vasa efferentia. Then it connects with a sac-like broad portion that is known as epididymis. And this epididymis is sac-like or broad for the temporary storage of sperms. The sperms produced by the testis move through these ducts, and during that time temporarily it is stored in the epididymis. Then the epididymis connects with the vas deferens, and vas deferens ascends upward and it moves towards the abdominal cavity and loops in front of the urinary bladder. It moves towards the abdominal cavity and loops in front of the urinary bladder. And here a duct from the seminal vesicle also connects with the vas deferens and forms the ejaculatory duct. It is the ejaculatory duct. Then this ejaculatory duct connects with the urethra from the urinary bladder, and it extends through the penis, and it opens out by a small opening, and it is known as urethral meatus. So once again I will say about the ducts, accessory ducts. The first one is the retate testis that extends from the seminiferous tubules. All the seminiferous tubules join together and form a common duct, and it is known as retate testis. And the retate testis connects with the vasa efferentia, which is a highly coiled structure. Then it connects with the epididymis, which is a sac-like broad portion for the temporary storage of the sperms. Then it moves upwards, ascends upward, and reaches the abdominal cavity and loops towards the urinary bladder. And it receives a duct from the seminal vesicle and form an ejaculatory duct, and that connects with the urethra, and this urethra moves towards the penis and opens out, and that opening is called urethral meatus. Let us see what are the accessory glands. Human reproductive system, male reproductive system has 3 types of glands. The first one is the seminal vesicle. You can see the seminal vesicles here. There is 2 seminal vesicles. Then a single prostate gland. Then a pair of bulbourethral glands. So there are 3 accessory glands. First one is the pair of seminal vesicles, then a single prostate gland, then a pair of bulbourethral gland. Then the secretions of these glands are called seminal plasma. And this seminal plasma, when it contains the sperms, and it is called seminal fluid or semen, and which moves through the ejaculatory duct and excretes out during the time of copulation. Then the seminal plasma also contains certain other materials such as fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. Then the bulbourethral gland, it helps in the lubrication of the penis during the time of mating or copulation. So that is one of the function of bulbourethral gland. Now let us see the external genitalia. External genitalia, that is the external portion of the male reproductive system, and it is known as penis. And here, this is the penis. The tip of the penis is bulged, and that bulged portion of the penis is known as glans penis. The bulged tip portion of the penis is called glans penis. Then it is covered by a fold of skin, and it is known as a foreskin. Glans penis is covered by a fold of tissue, a fold of skin, that is known as a foreskin. And during the time of copulation, or when there is sexual desire, the penis is made up of specialized tissues which contains blood vessels, and these blood vessels dilates, and the blood circulation increases, so the penis increases in size, and it is known as the erection of the penis. During the time of copulation, the erection of the penis occurs due to the entry of the blood towards the penis. ഇപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് ഒന്നുകൂടി വേഗത്തിൽ ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ എന്തൊക്കെ പഠിച്ചു എന്ന് നോക്കാം. ഇന്ന് നമ്മളുടെ ടോപ്പിക് ഹ്യൂമൻ റിപ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഹ്യൂമൻ റിപ്രൊഡക്ഷന്റെ സീക്വൻഷ്യൽ സ്റ്റെപ്സ് 7 സ്റ്റെപ്സ് നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചു. Gametogenesis, then the insemination, then fertilization, formation of blastocyst, then implantation, gestation and parturition. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമ്മൾ മെയിൽ റിപ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിനെ കുറിച്ച് പഠിച്ചു. മെയിൽ റിപ്രൊഡക്റ്റീവ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിനെ പ്രധാനമായും 4 ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്തു. The pair of testes, then accessory ducts, accessory glands and the external genitalia. പിന്നെ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് അതിലെ ഓരോ ഭാഗങ്ങളും അതിന്റെ ഫങ്ഷൻസും നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചു. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്നത്തെ ക്ലാസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ടാവുമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. And the notes regarding this class is included in the description box. If you have any doubt, you can comment on the comment box. Then if you like my class and if you feel it useful and informative, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Subscribe ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അതിന്റെ തൊട്ടടുത്തുള്ള ബെൽ ഐക്കൺ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്ത് ഓൾ എന്ന ഓപ്ഷൻ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഞാൻ ഇടുന്ന വീഡിയോസിന്റെ നോട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കിട്ടും. അടുത്ത ദിവസങ്ങളിലായിട്ട് ബയോളജിക്കൽ ആസ്പെക്ട്സ് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ചില ബയോളജിക്കൽ വീഡിയോസും കൂടി ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഈ ചാനലിലൂടെ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ കാണാൻ മറക്കരുത്. ഇന്നത്തെ ക്ലാസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ടാവുമെന്ന വിശ്വാസത്തോടെ ബൈ.